How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Metamorph League. It's a little self-found. We're in... Oh, I shouldn't be going here. We are in Act 5. We just killed innocents. Things went very well. And I'm hoping that continues. Now, let's go to the lab. We're gonna become the champion. We are the champion. Now, hopefully we can actually do it. This is a level 33 zone, so we shouldn't have any issues with it. I actually don't know how well Herald of Agony works here. In the lab, that is, but
a worthy opponent.
I mean, it seems to be doing fine. Now, I typically like to delay my lab run until, you know, basically Act 5. Or at the very least, the latest you have to do it is Act 5, because after you fight Katava, you lose max resistances, right? Or sorry, you lose resistances, not max resistances. You lose resistance. And then you have to re-gear yourself and all that. So preferably you want to do all of that before the hardest boss fight in the first half of the game. Now, I'm getting pretty close to Katava, so now I'm like, you know what? Let's go fight Azaro, get our Ascendancy. I think this is actually a tricky Ascendancy because I want the Cruel Ascendancy more than the normal one. So I'm gonna need to find a way and look for intermediate Ascendancy of some sort. Like basically I'm gonna get the first 2 points and I'm gonna use it to, you know, boost my current run. But then afterwards, when I pick up my Cruel, or my second set of Ascendancy points, I'm gonna refund the first 2 and then move it elsewhere. I think that's the plan. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to see. I'm so scared of dying, you know? Like, it's been a while since I played hardcore. And just after a while you feel like you don't know what you're doing anymore, you know? Especially with a build you're unfamiliar with. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to learn this character and this build as much as anybody else. So a lot of times, you know, I'm doing trials, I'm doing all this stuff, trying to figure out what to do with my build. I didn't really do any research. Oh, Emnix, why didn't you do any research? Don't you know that this game is all about playing? I know. But I don't know. Like, don't you go accusing me of not planning, you know? Actually, I didn't plan, that's fine. But you know what they say. What is the one plan that never fails? It's the plan where you have no plan at all. If you have no plan, you can't be disappointed by your plans failing. Where did I hear that? Well, I was influenced very recently by a movie I just watched. And I also feel like that I just gave spoilers to that one movie, so now I kind of feel bad. Now I'm not going to tell you which movie I watched. unless you already know, you know? Oh god, what in the world is this? I have a feeling this is the wrong way. I mean, no guarantees, but it feels wrong. It feels dirty. No, this is the wrong way too. What in the world? There's a curious lockbox over there. I see loot, but I'm actively choosing to avoid it because I want to finish my ascendancy. Alright, screw it. Running through the fire. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Turns out, it was fine. Okay, let's keep going. A lot of times when I'm going through the story, going through the ascendancies, I kind of feel like I'm going on autopilot, you know? And it's part of the reason why I'm so excited for Path of Exile 2. Because you just get a fresh perspective on everything again. You know, just doing the stories again. Like when I was watching ExileCon, while I was watching ExileCon, even the streamers, you know, they didn't know what they were doing for obvious reasons. Like Crip was playing, Zizaran was playing, and all those guys, they were like, oh, okay, what's happening here, right? It's like it's their first time playing, and I want that back, you know, that feeling of just like discovering new things. I feel like there's gonna be so many new things for us to discover, and I'm so excited about that. So excited. Because I mean, it's been what, like 7 years with Path of Exile 1, and when I first played, you know, there wasn't as many features, as many leagues. Like when I first started playing, there were no leagues, right? But after all those updates, like I wonder how it feels to be a new player. Like even with Path of Exile 2, I don't think you're gonna get the same experience as a brand new player going into Path of Exile 2. There's all this history, and you know why the history is there. But when a new player shows up, you know, they're like, what's Metamorph? What's Blight? Right? What are breaches? What are all kinds of things? Legions. I'm just naming all the recent things, but you know, it goes so far, so much further back. What's domination? What's anarchy? What's tormented spirits? Strong boxes. That was a league in itself. I want that back. Like, it'd be nice if you could just lose your memory of Path of Exile for like a week or two, so you can feel like a new player again. Although, I wonder, I feel like when I first played, because there weren't that many features, and you know, like
I believe in
there wasn't that much stuff in the game. So despite the fact, and even then it was a difficult learning curve, right? And now there's so much history, so much legacy behind the game that maybe instead of feeling like, oh my god, what's this new thing, what is this other new thing, maybe it's just overwhelming. It's possible. Or it's just like, I don't know what this is, I don't know what that is, what the fuck just happened, why did I die? That could be like the new player experience as well. At the end of the day though, you know, I miss it. I miss that new player experience. Because I remember when I played it, it was just like everything felt so fresh. It was like, this is cool. This is so... It's so... A lot of things felt like, oh, this is genius. Why didn't anyone else think to do this? Turns out some people did, but it's like, why didn't they combine it this way? Like the materia system, like gems, passive trees, right? Okay, so we're picking up champion. We are the champions, my friend. Okay, what am I picking up? So I want fortitude, and getting fortitude last, like getting fortitude from your Uber ascendancy just seems really silly. But then you need to path to unstoppable hero to get fortitude, An unstoppable hero is like all kinds of stuff that buffs you when you have Fortify. And I don't have Fortify. The only reason I want Fortitude is so that I can have Fortify. Like, doesn't this seem backwards? Wouldn't you put Fortify here? I suppose if you put Fortitude here, nobody would pick up Unstoppable Hero. So for now, I guess I pick up Conquer. 100% chance to taunt on hit, which doesn't seem very good at all. But you get 6% reduced damage taken if you've taunted an enemy recently. So okay, fine. And then you get some regen. But then when I hit the Cruel Ascendancy, I'm not going to pick up Worthy Foe. Instead, I'm going to pick up Unstoppable Hero and Fortitude. And then Worthy Foe would be the Uber Ascendancy, I guess. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Your hits permanently intimidate enemies that are on full life. I guess that could be good too, but no. We probably pick up Conquer. Okay, so there is our Ascendancy. I don't actually think it made us that much stronger. But who knows, you know? Wait, let's go back and sell.
Tala, Exile.
Man, it's getting late. Once again, it's getting late enough where I'm starting to like... You know how like the later it gets, the less your concentration is there, right? Like you're falling asleep, you're like rambling. That's basically where I'm at. Where it's like I would say something. Wait, what the fuck? I summoned the Carrion Golem, but nothing happened. There we go. I would say something and then a minute later I would have forgotten that I said it in the first place. Okay, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting really close. Last night I got there. So to be honest, the last couple episodes on your side, it might not have made any sense. Alright. Do I feel stronger with the Ascendancy? No. What I do feel though is that the game got a little louder. Is that possible? Like the Ascendancy made the game louder? I feel like I'm hitting more. Maybe pack size is bigger? I don't know what it is. I just hear more hitting sounds. I don't know. Supposedly with this Ascendancy I take less damage now. So maybe that's a good thing. Or no, it is a good thing, taking less damage. But doing more damage is something that you can kind of tell, right? But taking less damage, like how can you tell if you're taking less damage? Like 5% less damage. It's not that obvious, especially if you're progressing.
My spirit is spent.
Oh, this is a tough Metamorph. As in, he's very tanky, but at the end of the day, he died like all the rest. Alright, time to get some damage. Piety 1.0 is easy. Piety 2.0 is Laser Beam of Death. I believe that. I remember Laser Beam Piety in maps is like such a... I think it was Phantasmagoria? She was so scary, man. Like last league, that was basically one shot. Hopefully this time around, once we have some physical damage reduction, we'll be able to handle it better. Okay. I think I'm doing pretty well. Honestly, I'm not taking that much damage. I think that 2% life regen actually made a big difference. Because there really isn't anything else, right? And I also feel like my clear speed is going up. Is that even possible? What's funny though is that I haven't actually had an item upgrade in like 2 days. Like not really, I'm using the same bow as I used since like last night. And that bow, it can't be that long. I think I'm still using the same bow as like Sunday. So it's like maybe the build is starting to kick in. Because it's definitely not the items. Anyways. I'm not gonna think about it, you know? But like, if I feel a sense of progression, even though there isn't one, that's gonna be good enough for me. It's like, why else do you play these games, right? You play for progression. You level up, you get better gear. So if I feel like I'm doing more damage and I'm mitigating more damage, I'm like, this is fun. The moment I hit stagnation, I'm like, this is a slog. You know, the moment you start grinding just for the sake of grinding, that's when you're like, okay, maybe it's time for a new character. And I feel like that's part of the reason why I used to struggle so much in maps. Because I wouldn't really set goals for myself, or I would set unrealistic goals that, with like really wide scales of achievement. So it's like really hard to measure, you know, whether you're doing better or not. Like I would set a goal like, I want to kill the Shaper, right? And like getting to the Shaper could potentially take a week for me. And it's like day 1, oh, am I any closer? No. Day 2, am I any closer? No. Day 3, no. And by then I'm like, this sucks. Versus just like, I want to get to T15 maps, right? Like I gotta be just, even with the way I explain my goals, you know, and that should be with anything, with everything in life when you do goals, right? It's like it should be achievable, it should be attainable, it should be measurable. The moment I feel that sense of stagnation, I'm like, what am I doing? Which probably explains why, for the longest time, I never got to Uber Elder, I never got to Shaper. It was only because I had some friends that, you know, they were like, oh, you know, I'm on the Shaper fight, you want to join? I'm like, oh, hell yeah. That's always been a goal of mine. Wait, why is there an exclamation mark there? Did I miss something? Oh, hey, bud. Okay, let's summon a Metamorph. So from what I understand, the leftmost ones are like juiced up. Bone Cannon multi-shot? With... Okay, this seems fine. Hopefully no deaths. Ow, that freaking hurt.
My spirit is spent.
Alright, I got the max virulence stack, so damage should be there. Alright, we got him, we got him. Alright, easy enough.
I believe in traveling light.
I believe in traveling light. What? Why did I use that voice? Ah. No.
For freedom.
Oh no, I've reached that point. That point of like not exhaustion, but just like fatigue due to the fact that it's late. Where I'm like, oh no, I don't remember what I said 5 minutes ago. I remember talking about goal setting, but I actually don't know why. Oh fuck. And you know what's the crazy thing is? Like, I know for a fact that this is the stuff that kills you in hardcore. Like, it's late, it's 2 AM, you know? Probably should be going to bed. But I'm so damn addicted to this game that I don't want to. This is how you die. And like, I suspect this is probably how like the majority of people died in hardcore this past week. I haven't watched any PoE highlights, but I'll bet you there's like... Actually no, I watched Lily's death. She was rank 1 yesterday, right? She died to the Shaper. I think. Shaper? Elder? I think it was the Shaper. And at the end of the Shaper fight, you're supposed to go into the Zana bubble. Like, she throws a little bubble of protection, and as the Shaper explodes, you know, the bubble will protect you. But I don't know what happened to her. She just stood there and watched it happen. It's like exploding. Zana's over there. It's like, over here, Exile! Over here! I have it! And then she's just staring at her. Actually, no, to be fair, like, Zana was at the bottom right of the screen and literally didn't see it. But like, if you've done that fight so many times, you should know, right? But she was so damn tired, she was just didn't react at all. And it was the funniest thing. Cause you look at that and you're like, this is how drunk driving happens. Like, this is what drunk driving looks like. No reaction, didn't even know what was happening, and at the end she's like, fuck. Okay, Molten Shell is not leveling anymore. Cast when damage taken is not leveling anymore. Good, good. Okay, reliquary. What are my quests? There's a reliquary quest, and then I killed Utula, so I just did. Okay, this is the only one left, and then we go fight Katava. I remember I used to level here a lot. Like, this would be the place where I go, I'm like, you know what, I'm a little under leveled. Gonna farm this area a little bit. I did that. That was me. I did that. Now I'm like, well, I leveled a lot last act, in Act 5. Or Act 4, I guess. So, I guess I'm not gonna do it here. Cause what, I'm level 50. This zone's level 44. I'm like extremely over leveled. Wow. Okay, well, so far so good. No deaths. No near-death experiences either. Overall, it has just been like a very safe, very comfortable leveling experience. And that's honestly all I could ask for in hardcore, right? Server lagging? That's not a good sign. Oh god, I'm getting tired. Let's finish up the Kitava fight and then we'll call it a night. For those of you who are just tuning into the stream, or for those of you who are watching from YouTube, welcome to Emnix talks very softly for an hour and a half. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I can't help it. It's just like, it feels like such an odd situation, you know? It's not ASMR. I'm not trying to make it ASMR. This isn't it. But also, you know, sit back, relax. And I hope you are having a good... Well, I hope you're asleep, to be honest. You know? I hear a sound. That's the sound of death. I remember last week I was talking about, like, to somebody, I think it was to Jimmy. He was asking, like, oh, who are the people who watch your content? And how do they consume your content? I'm like, I don't know how they consume my content, but I know how I want them to consume the content. And what I want is for people to consume it while in bed. But what that requires is, like, you know, no crazy item filters going like or, you know, like loud noises or screaming or anything like that. It needs to be like a constant nice volume, because that's like the stuff I like to see. Is that called slow content? I don't know what it is, but it's just like, you know, casual gaming. You don't even make it through the first video, right? You make it through like 10 minutes and you've been like watching the same damn 10 minutes for like the last week. Because you get through like 5 minutes, you're like, oh man, it's a monotone. I'm getting a little, my eyes are getting droopy. I'm watching it in bed, you know? And like, by the 7th or 8th minute, you drop the phone on your face like 5 times already because you fell asleep. Jesus, my belt is hot garbage. Was it always like that? I know I lose some lightning resistance, but you gotta swap that out. It's gonna give us a lot more life. Where was I at? Oh yeah, like by like 7th or 8th minute, you're like, oh god, like I dropped the phone on my face for like the 5th time already. You know what? I'm just gonna put it on the side and I'm gonna lean on the side and watch like out of the corner of my eye. And next thing you know, you're asleep. I want to be that guy. I want to be that person. You know? Life? But there's 20% damage. That's good. Do you want to apply your passive skill tree? Yes. Okay, and then I kill her as well.
Blesses your journey.
Mana regen, attack speed. I don't know. These gems, I never find a use for them. I'll just take them because they look pretty. Put it in the gem collection, the jewel collection. Look at that. Look at my pretty jewels. Alright, Kitava time. Act 5 Kitava. I've been saying all week. You know, I don't want to die in hardcore. I don't want to die too early. I want to go by on my own terms. I don't want to go too early though. But you know what? I'm probably gonna go in Act 5 Kitava. Time to make my words count. Honestly, now I really don't want to die. Because I've been saying this entire time, oh, this is how I die. This isn't how I go. And every time when it gets close, this isn't how I go. I'm supposed to die in Kitava. Now I'm like, oh, but Kitava act. Which act Kitava? Maybe Act 10. You know? Let's just move the goalpost a little bit. And this is how you become successful. You lie to yourself. You know? Like when I'm at the gym, instead of going like, oh, this shit sucks, I can't do this, I'm like, dude, I'm killing it. I'm doing great. Or if I need to run like 30 minutes, I'm like, I don't need to run 30 minutes, I'll just run a minute. A minute's easy, I can do it. And then a minute later, I'll be like, I'm gonna run another minute. Because that last minute, super easy. And you do that like 30 times, the next thing you know, you run 30 minutes. Anyone watch that, what's that show? Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Where she's like, but it was such a ridiculous show. But it's like, if you can do anything, you can do anything for 10 seconds. So when things get hard, just count to 10. Do it for 10 seconds. And after you've done it for 10 seconds, do another 10 seconds. I was watching that and I'm like, that is stupid. That's bullshit. But when I was working out, I tried it out and I'm like, okay. That actually worked. And that's basically how I take this game too, you know? This is not where I die. I'm supposed to die an act later. And then act later, you're like, that's right, I said an act later. There's a corrupted zone here. Haven't done one of those in a while. Let's go check that out. Elemental equilibrium, monster life quantity. Okay. What am I hoping for when it comes to these corrupted zones? Like, is there something I actually want? Like, actually? Vol what? What do I want? Vol Rain of Arrows, actually. I mean, I'm using Rain of Arrows right now. A Vol version might not be... It would be really good, actually. Because Vol Rain of Arrows... what does it do again? It traps somebody in place, right? So it like ensnares them, pretty much. It's like the super ensnaring arrow. Or ensnaring arrow before ensnaring arrow came into existence. And then, you know, after you ensnare them, you drop your big dick deeps. Which we don't actually have. But, you know, if we had it, If we had it, we could do it. Well, what I get instead, I got a brand recall level 2. A brand recall level 2? What is that? Brand. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I'll be honest, it doesn't seem very useful. Ew, you know what does look useful though? A granite flask. Increased effect, reduced duration. That doesn't actually work. Chris, please. Immunity to shock? Do I have immunity to bleed? I don't have bleed immunity. Chemist is good. Increased cast speed is not useful. Remove curses is good. Increased duration. Honestly, that's good enough for now. So we got some more fossils. Where's the fossil tab? Over here. Didn't get the vault gem I wanted, but that's okay, I guess. Ice tomb. Is this any good?
Good day.
It's not. As I'm getting closer to Kitava, my hands are getting like a little clammier every time. Let's kill a Metamorph just as like a warm up. How about that? Blood Boil, Lunging Strike, Cultist, Lancing Steel, Hexing Screech. Okay, I think that's okay. I actually don't know what the deadly ones are. Actually, yeah, for those of you who are watching, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on YouTube, what's the Metamorph mods that kill you? Like, which one am I supposed to watch out for? You guys know? If this were standard, I wouldn't want to know. I would just want to find out on my own, but, I don't want to die. This is not how I go. I don't die until the next act, blah, blah, blah. Drop a portal here. I mean, this dude is so big. I feel like Rain of Arrows is like gonna hit him no matter what. Actually, yeah, it totally hits him no matter what. Why does he attack so fast? Did Kitava get buffed? Was it always like that? Didn't it used to be a slower attack? Anyways, I'm getting super fast virulent stacks. That's amazing. Oh my god. With the Kitava form? Okay, Schmitty. I'll keep that in mind. Kitava form. Kitava. Oh. I saw it coming. Thought that was gonna kill me. This dude, he's so big, so like Rain of Arrows doesn't miss. I get the virulent stacks so fast, and it just does so much friggin' damage. Not today. This isn't how I go. Alright, that's final form, right? Because I already have my hand off my mouse. Dude, look at that. Did he always have the ribs exposed? Was it always like that?
The flame of hope may flicker, but it cannot be extinguished.
Yo, we freaking did it, boys. I mean, this isn't considered necessarily, a grand achievement, but I also don't want to sell us short, because last time this is already, my second character.
Remember, this
Act 6, baby. To me, that's an achievement, Okay. Kitava went down fairly easily. However, I feel like Kitava got buffed. I don't remember him punching the ground with such velocity. Because I couldn't dodge it. I saw it coming and it just hit me in the face. Luckily, it's not a one-shot, so I didn't die from it, but it was quite scary. But we persevered. We conquered. And based on this episode, we are also the champion. That's probably it for this episode. Been recording for 40 minutes. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.